Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zahran Sanjaya from Kelas 19.1a.13 Sistem Informasi, and my student ID is 1924048 In the part 1, I want to talk about smoking on our campus. Let's be honest with ourselves. If you ask me about smoking on campus, I'll tell you straight up, it's a bad news. Terrible news. Why? Well, even holding a cigarette that you are about to smoke is already a mistake. Think about it. Smoking doesn't just hurt you, it hurts the people around you and our campus environment. Nobody wins. Let's take a closer look. First, smoking is terrible for your health. We all know smoking can cause lung cancer, breathing problems, strokes, heart attacks, and a lot of other scary stuff that can kill you. The World Health Organization says that about 8 million people die every year because of smoking. That's way too many people. And get this, even if you don't smoke, but you hang around people who do, you are still in danger. That's called secondhand smoke, and it's super harmful. It can cause the same health problems as smoking yourself. Sadly, 1.3 million people die every year because of secondhand smoke. Imagine coming to campus to learn and have fun, but instead you get sick. That's just not right. What about our campus? Cigarette smoke smells bad, and it makes it hard for people to breathe. Plus, all those cigarette butts on the ground, that's toxic trash, and it makes our campus look dirty. So, if you're still smoking, especially here on campus, please stop and think again. Is it worth it? Smoking can ruin your health and make other people sick. So, quit smoking. All cigarettes are bad for you. Whether they are the regular kind or those electronic ones, your health is precious. Don't throw it away. I'm proud of our university, Bina Sarana Informatika, and everyone who chooses not to smoke on campus. You're doing the right thing. So, that's all from me. Thanks for listening. Next, we're gonna move to part 2. In the part 2, we will discuss about question work. So, before we dive into the list of English question words, let's define what question words are. Question words, also known as interrogative words or who words, are words used to ask questions. They are typically placed at the beginning of a sentence and require an answer to provide information. English has a variety of question words that serve different purposes, from asking about a person's identity to asking about time and location. So, what is the most general of the question word? What is used to ask for all the types of information that don't have their own specific question word. For example, identity. What is that? Description. What kind of music do you like? Information. What's the time? The word what can be used before a noun or object, and it can also precede a verb. Where is used to ask about the location of something or someone. For example, where are you from? Where do you live? Where is the best place to eat around here? The answer to this question should be a place, like a country, a town, or like a shop. The question why is used to ask about the reason for something. For example, why did you do that? Why did you choose the career? Why are you learning English? The answer to why question should be a reason. When. The question word when is used to ask about the time something happened or will happen. For example, when were you born? When do you finish work? When is the next meeting? The answer to this question should be a time or could be a date. When were you born? I was born on the 10th November. When do you finish work? I finish work at 7 p.m. Which? The question word which is used to ask about a choice between a limited number of options. For example, which one do you prefer, coffee or tea? Which color do you like better, red or blue? Which book do you recommend? The options are necessary part of the question, but they would be implied by the context of the conversation. The question who is used to ask about someone or point to someone. For example, who is the best football player in the world? Who are your best friend? Who are you? The question word whom is used to ask about the person whose status in the subject. For example, whom will you marry? Whom did you see in the morning? Whom was Ibnu talking to? The question word whose is used to ask about possession or ownership or something. For example, whose book is this? Whose birthday is coming up next? Whose phone is ringing? The answer to this question should be a person who owns the book or the phone. For example, whose book is this? It's Naila book. Whose phone is ringing? It's Akila phones. The question word how is used to ask about the method or way something is done. For example, how did you get here? How did you learn English? How did you solve the problem? You will answer this question with a description of the way the things was done. How did you get here? I came by bike. How did you learn English? I learned from Kampus and YouTube. Sometimes, how is used with an adjective to ask what extent an adjective applies. For example, how old are you? I'm 18. Next, we have a formula for constructing interrogative sentence. For the first, word question with auxiliary verb. In this type of question, we begin with a question word as a noun as a word followed by an auxiliary verb, such as to be, to do, or to have. These auxiliary verbs serve as helping verbs in the question, and they always appear before the subject. This structure is used to inquire about specific actions or conditions performed by the subject. The pattern is work question plus auxiliary verb to be, do, or have plus subject plus main verb. For example, why are they arguing? Where do they live? What have they decided? Number 2, we have work question with modal verb. This type of work question use modal verb like can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must. After the question word, modal verb provide additional meaning such as possibility, necessity, permission, or ability to sentence. The pattern is work question plus modal verb plus subject plus main verb plus question mark. For example, who would you stay with? What should I do? Why should we read books? Number 3, we have work question without auxiliary or modal verb. In this work question, the question word functions directly as the sentence subject. Therefore, there is no auxiliary or modal verb because the word itself takes the subject place in the sentence. This type of question is usually used when we want to know who or what acted. The pattern is work question plus main verb plus question mark. For example, who won the game? Whose phone rang? Who bought this? So, the work question with auxiliary verb usually aim to obtain specific information about the subject, action, or, or circumstance. Work questions with modal verb are used to ask about actions or issues involving abilities, needs, or possibilities. Work question without auxiliary or modal verb usually ask who or what is responsible for a particular action. So, the last one, we have negative question word. When asking negative word question, we can use the auxiliary verb do when there is no other auxiliary verb or no modal verb. For example, the positive is who wants an ice cream? So, in the negative, we can say who doesn't want an ice cream? Which door opened? The negative, which door didn't open? So, that's all from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. My name is Zahran. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.